Now, during her stay in the U.S. capital, President Park Geun-hye had her eyes set on one goal, namely garnering international support to keep the heat on North Korea, both at the Nuclear Security Summit as well as during a series of bilateral and trilateral summit talks. Hwang Ji-hye with the details.
As the two-day summit on nuclear security in Washington wraps up, South Korean President Park Geun-hye is being credited with strengthening international efforts to denuclearize North Korea. President Park's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday drew the most attention in that Beijing, the North's strongest ally, pledged to fully implement the latest UN resolution imposing the toughest ever sanctions on Pyongyang. The resolution that was approved unanimously by the 15-member Security Council last month aims to condemn North Korea for its fourth nuclear test in January and long-range missile launch in February. Although China voted in favor of the resolution, there had been concerns about its appetite for implementing the sanctions, which become more effective with China's support. China's pledge to implement the UN resolution will boost the efforts of South Korea, the U.S., and Japan to ramp up pressure on North Korea. President Park held marathon bilateral and trilateral talks with U.S. President Barack Obama and Japanese President Shinzo Abe on the sidelines of the Global Nuclear Security Summit. The three countries warned Pyongyang that they could take further steps to counter the North if its nuclear threats continue. Hwang Ji-hye, Arirang News.